Oh, I'm not sure why I'm starting with Bitcoin, but I love to see it just get destroyed. Look at this. Look at this. Where does it close? Below here on a daily, we could go down to 75, even 70K. That'd be nice. All right, gold and silver. As usual, DXY, not really relevant. Yields, not really relevant. People just buying bonds, so yields come down as the fear trade. Let's go straight to gold and silver. So gold basically holding flagging at its highs. It's just almost a non-event. Obviously came down yesterday, tested this ascending support again, tested it. Basically unchanged today. Silver, that's obviously come down more than gold as usual. Small green day, small bounce. I thought today would be a bounce. You got that little 3-day drop rule. So, all right, let's go straight to the miners because that's where more of the action's been. Today, the miners did well. The markets bounced, and the miners have been following the markets down a bit. Metals have outperformed the markets, relatively speaking. The miners have outperformed the markets, relatively speaking. They go down less, but more importantly, when they're bouncing stronger than the markets, like higher highs, higher lows. And GDX today, look at that. That's pretty damn good. That's a beautiful candle. Really good, like massively engulfing. If we get an extra run tomorrow in the general markets and the metals, you could even expect GDX to go all the way back up to 42. Test it, probably not close above it. But that's a really nice candle on GDX. Like I didn't expect it to be. I expected a bounce, but I didn't expect it to be that good. SIL, the sort of seniors of the silvers, that's nice. Look at that bounce there. Yesterday, that was a good close. We covered that. Bounce day today. You can kind of see how this is kind of the support. Look here, right? How many times did the candle hit that? And that was kind of resistance, right? Former support becomes resistance. I'll just get rid of this. The bounce area was pretty obvious. So that was good. Again, another move up. That would be 37 on SIL. You'd expect a bit of resistance there, a bit like GDX at 42. GDXJ, really nice candle, especially for GDXJ. Just like GDX, hitting resistance here. You can see it just perfect. Actually closed quite nicely, just within reclaiming support. But let's see if we go back up tomorrow, resistance probably just around 52, maybe even just above if we get that high. SILJ, yeah, and it's been the weakest one. Like the junior silvers I mean, it's been weak for ages. Even on the way up, hasn't been too strong. So it doesn't surprise too much that it was not as well. Actually, you'd expect it to be stronger, right? If it's gone down more, it should go up more. And especially on a big bounce day. But there you go, GDX and GDXJ pretty good. The silver is a bit special. Silver's obviously come down more than gold. So that's pretty good. Let's look at the portfolio. Newmont basically did the range within 2 days. Yesterday bounced here, 42 sort of mini gap. And then today bounced where I think there's a bit of resistance just below 44, right? You got it there. I mean, basically, what's the difference? Yeah, 43.90 something. Same thing. So that's resistance close below it. If we get that next move up that I was talking about in GDX, I expect the next resistance to be here. Let's call it around 45, just around 45. That's a pretty big candle if we do that though. And then you got to see what does the S&P do, does that general markets, do they also hit their own resistance? And then when they hit their resistance, GDX also does, and therefore all the miners, you've got to respect it. I mean, when push comes to shove, the miners follow the markets, even though they might outperform. Barrick Gold doesn't surprise me that it outperforms Newmont. That's been strong ever since the news. This one is looking for an excuse to go back up. Beautiful candle. Next move. I got something here, 1880, just because those 2 days, the low of day, the high of day, but it could go all the way and test 19 if it's a really spectacular day. So Barrick Gold looks really strong and it's got a long way to go. Long way to go, right? Remember where we are and remember the news it's just had and remember where gold is. So don't sell too much too early. I like to nibble out, I like to nibble in, but I don't lose sight of the bigger picture. That could, on a good day, go there. And if we just continue and then we find out that this market crash is not actually crash, it's just a little drop, this thing could just easily go into the 20s easily. Agnico-Eagle, just the best of the best. Big day, so it performs well. I think you've got this little descending. It's not that accurate. If I go to the 15 minutes, probably not that accurate. This little one part here ruins it, to be honest. But anyway, yeah, I knew that would happen. It sort of ruins it. But look, resistance. 100, right? Thereabouts. Whether it's 101, 99, it's the same thing. So if we start closing, especially above 101, boom, new highs, just like Wheaton, by the way, which I'll get to in a second. So Agnico-Eagle is just constantly good. Long term, that one's just going to make new highs. It'll like be the Nvidia of the mining sector. Pan American Silver, remember where silver is, remember where SILJ is, even though this is not a SILJ stock, it's an SIL stock. This is outperforming. Wonderful. Look at that. Open at low of day. Okay, didn't close at high of day, but if it did, it's almost the best close in months. So if we have an extra move up tomorrow, for example, it's basically going to do the best close it's done in months. So, realistically, that's as good as it gets. Pan America, again, destined like some others to start making new highs. A close above 26 confirms it. Wheaton just did that. New all-time high close ever, ever, ever. Despite, gold coming down and the markets coming down. This just proves it's a good business. Destined for great things. Long term, probably going to hit 100 quite soon. Ideal. So good. I love Wheaton. Franco Nevada finally starting. Look at that after hours little move. This one has been strong here, even beating Wheaton, I would say. But, before that, it wasn't the case. This thing just wants to go and crack to the high 140s. And then when it does that, we're taking out this descending. So I see some big resistance. Not big resistance. I see a significant resistance to break around, you can see it converging here, 147-ish, whatever. You close above 144 and you're basically going to test this 14. I don't know what it is. Between 146 and 148, but you close above 148 and you're taking out this area too. Basically, you go straight through 150. It doesn't matter. Like it's not there and go straight to 160. This thing, a bit like some of the other ones, a bit like Agnico, Wheaton, Barrick, they're just strong. So that's beautiful. All right. Unlike the strong ones, you got Metalla, which has found support coincidentally on this ascending. I was buying that area the last 2 days, but that's a weak move. One up, okay, they all kind of didn't have amazing moves, but after coming down this much, 140, Metalla has been weak ever since it's like come down here. It had a little moment here where it had like 4 or 5 good days, and then it just puked it back out. And honestly, to go back up, you need the markets, you need the metals to go up, the GDX to go up. It's not going to be able to do this on its own. Uh, I don't know. It could probably go up a bit more without the help of the GDX, but it's very important that it continues this bounce here. You don't want to start coming back down and flushing and going to 250. That'd be demoralizing. It would be strong down here, but it'd be a bit demoralizing. Then next time it goes up, you'll get a lot of selling because people are just going to be like, okay, screw this, get me out of this, or at least let me sell more. I don't want to hold too much when it gets here. It keeps puking back out. Like you can see this 340 range. It's always okay. Here, obviously, here was a bit of a level. Okay, we went up, came back down. Here, it was resistance, 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 resistance. So this kind of area, 340, is like an area to sell, to be honest. All right, the silver stocks did quite well, some of them. First, Majestic. I hope Metalla does this. Weak, 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 weak. And then it starts to outperform. And then it doesn't go down too much, even though the market's puking a bit. And then today it was quite good. We had a bit of resistance here. But that's pretty good. One more up day, if we can have that, will, make all these candles, like negate all these candles. You can see these ugly red candles. It will sort of close up here. It'll be the best close in a while. Plus it's on the upsides. So if we can get like 590 plus close, who knows, maybe $6, test six. Six will probably do resistance. That'd be great. And 620 is real resistance because once you take that out, you're starting to move up to areas we haven't been in months. But I think that was okay from First Majestic. I'll take that. It was quite a good day. It was like up what 4 and something percent. So that's pretty good, right? We're not used to that with First Majestic. It is strong down there. Fortuna, nice. Bought that yesterday also. It came all the way back down. I mean, the last 2 days I've basically been buying, nibbling small amounts. I'm not going to say it's a lot. It's just small nibbles. But yeah, that's a good bounce. That's what you need around there. If there's any continuity, I think 480 is resistance, right? You're not just going to go all the way back up there. I think I have like small nibbles. What I bought down here, I'm selling at 480. If it goes back up, then what I was going to sell here, I'm going to sell there. Just sort of adapting so overall it's profitable. I like to swing my long-term investments, and This is good because it goes back up and then it comes back down. You basically, the whole thing was worth it. And then you look forward to it going down. You want to lose money so you can buy back what you sold after buying back lower. So 480 goes back up 520. I don't even think 5 is resistance. If we go to 480 and keep going, I think we can take out 5. So 480 and 520, which means selling at 478 and selling at 519, I don't do the big numbers. They never get there. All right, next one. CDE, which is usually my favorite, but look at this absolute vomitation all the way down there in like just day after day. It's like 7 days in a row or something. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days. Oof. Came down way more than I thought. Uh, yeah. So if it goes all the way back up, for me, resistance is going to be around here, 550, 6, and then we're not going to get there. But we might be able to take out 5. One more update, maybe we can reclaim 550, close above 550, and then who knows, you could have this extra move up. But I feel like we're gonna get to 550, and I feel like selling what I bought yesterday at 550, but it's too, or half of what I bought down here, I sell there, and then the other half there, or more than the other half there, because I bought 2 days in a row. Like I'll sell if we get to 6 to test 6, I'll probably sell everything I bought in the last 2, 3 days, if that makes sense. So sell into that move. But those are the resistance levels on the way up. It was an okay day. I mean, it had to bounce. It could have done a bit better, but it could have done worse. So I'll take it. 3 and a bit%. Okay, Hecla. Ah, I thought it did so much better. It gave back so much by the end. All right, that's a bad close. And plus, you had 2 good days, double bottom days. So it should have done better today. Actually, I don't really understand that. 3 minute chart, what happened? Just gave it all up at the end. That's annoying. I didn't notice that. Well, who knows? I still think it'll be an update tomorrow. We really need to close above today's high of data. But anyway, my what I was gonna say, I didn't know it was gonna close that badly. Next is 560, then 580, and that remains the case. But we better take out today's high of day. On the way down, I got this. That's it. EXK. See, I expected something like this for Hecla. That's beautiful. That's really nice. It hasn't come down too much. Decent bounce though. If we have one, that's actually very good. It's 6, and it was almost up 8% at some point today. Another move up. I've got 420 as resistance. You can see 4 was a bit resistance today. 420 tomorrow if we have a nice up day. If we continue by some miracle, 440. Big resistance, just that bearish engulfing candle ruined that. So yeah, 420, 440 on the way down. It's going to be the old support 360. I don't see that happening tomorrow. That would take a lot to take out that big candle from today, and then 340 down here. Mag Silver, very nice, very nice. This doesn't count anymore. The ascending, that's your support. Resistance was 16, big round number. Also, this candle, yeah, well, it definitely resistance now anyway. We closed just under it. If we go up again, I got 17 as resistance, quite a nice number, 1740. If we go back down, it's going to be the low of these candles, the ascending, just above 15. Pretty simple stuff. Next one is Aris Mining. This is no longer valid. Yeah, good candle for a stock that has a low liquidity and a bit of a strange spread. So nice. Resistance 390. If we keep going up, I don't know, probably just 420. Move it down a bit. They won't get there in one day. That's a huge move. If we go back down, then today's low of day. Otherwise, down here, I am gold. That's nice. I bought that the other day too because it's a good stock and it's come down. It hasn't come down as much as the others, but I thought we'd have a bounce day, and this is a good stock to buy for the bounce. Uh, Resistance is going to be 6 and pre-gap fill, and then post-gap fill 620, and then it's going to be the old high. See what happens. I don't care really what happens. It can hover sideways, go back down. I mean, all of these I'm happy to hold. Almost all of these. Metalla, I've got some suspicions about. Some of the silver stocks, as long as it's not too heavy, the holdings. But I'm gold, no problem. B2 gold, also no problem. It's been strong recently. I mean, you can't even tell that the market's come down here. Look at that, just a new all-time local high, if I can call it that. Next resistance is 295. We should touch that tomorrow if there's any move up. And then boom, we go to the next level up, which is 320. That's a big move. It won't happen in one day, but I don't see any resistance until 320, 330, to be honest. And I think it's going to do it. It's just looking for an excuse. I think it's got a, okay, geopolitics doesn't help, you know, African, but if there's peace with Russia, that could help. Um, yeah, I still think it's going to go up. And plus, remember where the hell you are. This is ridiculous. It's a very good company, geopolitics aside. So, and support is going to be the resistance. I don't think we've got to think about support. It's very, very strong. Equinox, the big merger with whatever it's called, Caliber. I didn't expect it to have a red day today. It suggests that it wants to go lower because even if we have a move, okay, if we have another move up tomorrow, we might start, closing above 650 finally. But if we have a retracement down, which really could happen because we've had our move up. So if the markets go down, even if tomorrow's an update, if the market goes down 2 or 3 days later, this thing could end up at six easily. Fine, doesn't ruin at all the chart. The chart is amazing. So you don't want to add. I didn't add to Equinox today. I think I added to it yesterday. Yeah, because it came all the way down here. But looking at today, I didn't add because it was red. Everything was green. But I might add a little bit just above six if we come down there during this week or even next week. And if it goes down even more, the bigger selling support because this long term should do amazing. And I think it's just some news game, sell the fact kind of thing. But I love the stock, just didn't buy it today. SSRM, good. It's been holding up very strong, very strong. Can't tell the market's come down. If we have another update tomorrow, we'll probably start testing 11 again. I mean, who knows? Momentum is still with it. So well done for holding it today too. And it looks good for tomorrow, to be honest, as long as there's an update. SBSW, this is just weaker than gold. It's not really a gold stock anyway. Red, this is looking really weak. So that's why I never add too much to this one because it's a big mover on the way up and on the way down. That is some serious drop. I need to start looking at levels after this. Three could go down to low twos, Jesus. But I don't have too much in it. It's certainly not going to affect me. But still, I think long term that's worth a little add. Maybe not now. I need to think about that one, but I'm in no hurry. Depends if the markets come down with commodities and all that, this one will go down also, and then you can buy it real cheap. And then it's a really good long-term hold. Okay, I want to keep it short. I'm not going to go through all the others today. Just want to keep it short. So that was pretty good. Good day overall. Silver stocks did quite well, some of them. Some of the seniors making new highs, looking really strong. So it's pretty good. And then compared to, Bitcoin, which I'm enjoying looking at that. And some of the other ones, Tesla, for example, look at that, absolutely destroyed. I may even think about adding that, buying that first position. Anyway, that's a different topic. Enjoy. Let's see what happens tomorrow.